Yeah, I am live on Substack. So I wanted to come on today just to say hello and introduce myself again. For those of you who don't know me here on the Substack platform, my name is Shelley, and I am the owner of the publication Spicy Soul Mama, which is also the same name as the podcast. And in my publication and podcast, I explore parenting and creativity as a spiritual path. I like to connect the elements of trust and surrender, particularly when faced with life altering moments, and about how we can continue to raise our frequency when faced with challenging things. In our lives and also in the collective, because when we remember that joy and curiosity and creativity are the antidotes to chaos and fear, we can really open up our lives to more meaning and our own truths, and to find joy in all of this, which is our birthright, and also to remember that when we do these creative and spiritual practices, it opens up curiosity. And I know that all of the creatives that are here on Substack know that curiosity is a place where we can really find new perspectives, and reminds us of what's possible. And I think that right now, and welcome everyone that's just joining. I can see you, and feel free to, just chime in and tell me where you're joining with me. Where are you from? I live in California, in Southern California, in the United States, and so I'm just here to talk about this collective regression that we're having, in a sense of making us look at the past, like where did we go wrong? Because all of the intensity that's happening in this world is a result of all of us. It is not one group of people. It is not. It's really a collective consciousness that is. Really becoming undone. And so I wanted to share with you something that's been prompting an essay that I've been working on. So this is I don't know how well you can see it, because um, I know that the frame is kind of limited in mobile, but anyway, I'm going to put this in front of my face for a moment. So this is a collection of pins that my grandfather collected when he lived in Western Massachusetts, from the turn of the century, from the turn of the 20th century. So basically, like 1908 until the mid 70s. And this is a collection of political pins regarding presidential elections, and pins that went with that were relevant to the time period. And so I've been doing an analysis and looking back at what is this, was democracy better then, in the past than it is now. It's been quite an evolution for our young country. And I'm not a political analyst. I am not. I just work in truths and moral values that I think a lot of us share, but are being pushed down, and the media is telling us what we should be fearing and what we should be worried about. So anyway, let me show you this. So you can see that right in the center, there's, some Kennedy images. There's a big Nixon one. Um, and I'm sorry if there's a reflection, but there's Ike, um, and and look at this one. So this one in particular, I'm going to tell you about. So yeah, you see that fascist, you see that fascist from our history there. I don't really like to say his name, but you know, that guy with the mustache that murdered 6 million people, particularly Jews. So anyway, I've been exploring, what if we go in our past, to find out, was democracy better? And my grandfather was born in 1916, so he somehow collected these, some of them that are even before his time. And so getting back to this, so I had to use AI to take a picture of this, of some of these pins to find out what they were all about. So his family was from Poland, and were immigrants here. And he was a journalist of sorts, also worked for the Veterans Administration Hospital in Western Mass, and was really an observer of life and a quiet man. And really seemed to understand people, and was part of a time in our history where there was civil discourse, where there was actually active listening instead of self righteousness and shouting, which is so prevalent today. And so that particular pin was a mail order pin, a mail order religion called Psychiana, based in Moscow, Idaho, around 1940. And Psychiana was this new thought movement founded in 1928 by Frank B. Robinson. And he was often called the mail order prophet. He built a massive following by advertising his spiritual lessons in magazines and newspapers across the globe. And his core belief was that he felt that we could all harness this God power within ourselves to achieve wealth, happiness, and health. And one of his main tenets was that if we all embrace this God power that's within us, then we could cause the downfall of that man, through that person, through physical, spiritual. I mean, through through spiritual force. So is what I mean. So like focusing our mental energy of our inner God power could make the demise of people who were conducting evil. So, and it was his, it was like a spiritual war. And so I do find that we're kind of in that predicament again today, because as we know, we don't learn from history, and with so much misinformation out there today, and we have to learn how to be discerning. So anyway, that essay is if that is of interest to you, I go in deeper about that exploration in my essay that will be coming out this Sunday. So if it's of interest to you, subscribe and you'll get it coming to you. I also teach mindfulness. I've been a practitioner of the Western version of Vipassana mindfulness meditation for many years, and oftentimes I'm in a few writing groups outside of Substack where we do a lot of free writing. And I find that free writing, when with a prompt, can be really be a spiritual experience, right? When we just take pen to the page and just allow words to flow out. I love teaching mindfulness. I have some recordings that I've made, and I haven't made one in a while. And this particular prompt, I wanted to read to you what I wrote, because it's completely freehand, completely unplanned, of what I was going to write. The prompt was, if you're familiar with the movie Wizard of Oz, the characters have, they're all seeking. All the characters are seeking. The lion's seeking courage. The scarecrow is seeking a brain. Um, and then the Tin Man is seeking a heart, and Dorothy is seeking, her home. And so that was the prompt. That was the rough idea of the prompt. And so I thought that I could read to you the writing that I wrote, because it became a meditation. And so, based on the Tin Man, so I call this the Tin Man meditation, because we all need to be in our hearts more than ever now. And that is a universal thing, our hearts, and the truth that resides there. And so, yeah, so I think I'll just read that to you. So wherever you are, if you want to close your eyes and just listen or focus on something, near you, like maybe light a candle or focus on something unmoving in your space that's like 4 feet in front of you. And begin to breathe deeply and fill up your lungs with all that fresh, clean air. And just let it all go. It's midday meditation. It's midday here where I am, wherever you are, what time it is. And perhaps if you're a parent, this might speak to you more so, but I think that it will speak to you. So begin to just continue to breathe for this Tin Man meditation. And this is what the Tin Man had to say that day when I free wrote. You forgot your heart. You forgot that your heart speaks and has a voice, dear parent, dear human being, dear sweet parent who loves your child with all your heart and soul. Imagine the Tin Man as the parent. I'm speaking to all the Tin Mans. You have a heart that beats for you every day, yet you don't always stop to listen to this part of your heart that's connected to your soul. Breathe into that voice that's within, telling you to slow down, to be gentle, to take that pause, to remember the sacred and mystical, and that while your world may feel small, you are part of the whole universe, and your place in the universe is so very important. We are designed not only for your child, but for you as well. You have a sacred and important place in the world, and connecting to your heart is the place where every action, word, deed comes from that is good and true. The brain hijacks it in a way that can be good, but just different. The brain does keep you safe. It helps you with discernment. I invite you to put that brain mind aside for a moment. Come back to the heart's longing. Nurture it. Maybe you need to pull from courage a little bit too to get there, and that's okay. I know it can be scary. It's the place where the feelings can bubble up like a cauldron, pouring over the sides like a hot, messy, thick soup. Let me take your hand on this yellow brick road. We will walk together to find your heart, to listen what it deeply wants to say. Breathing in and out, and perhaps your heart will begin to speak. And if you're a parent, it's okay to put your beloved child aside, just for now. And maybe there's a little bit of grief for all the children in the world. Grief will always be there, and you can love it too, because maybe when you come back to it, it'll be different. But now is the time to just breathe into your loving heart that can morph into more love, because that's really what grief is. It's love, and it's okay. We don't have to discount it. Loving first. Just step back from it a little bit, and let's look down that yellow brick road. And now look behind you. It's endless. That's how far you've come. Now look presently where we're standing on that yellow brick road. We can feel our feet on the bricks. Perhaps imagine you're barefoot. What does this brick feel like beneath your feet? What does your skin notice? Is it smooth? Is it cold? Can you imagine that yellow as a golden light from those bricks coming up from your feet? That golden light that's coming from the center of the earth, going up through your feet and your legs. Imagine that golden light coming up through your spine. Does it have a texture? Is it moving slow and thick like honey? Or perhaps it's sparkling light and twinkling. Maybe that yellow light is like lightning bugs flashing and dancing. Allow your imagination to go wherever it wants to with this golden light filling you up, holding it. Hold that golden light in your belly. Imagine it going up to your chest and feel it expanding, growing in your heart center. Take the slow, deep breaths. Your breath is your anchor and your home. Always there, your vitality. I invite you to place your hand on your heart and feeling the other hand on your belly, following the breath going in and out. Still feeling that golden light flowing in from those yellow bricks, from the earth. Maybe swaying a bit, rocking yourself like nurturing. Moving back and forth in this meditation because your heart is your power, not your mind. Your heart, your wisdom, your connection to the whole. Perhaps you hear some wisdom rise from within. And I'll invite you to write what that wisdom is after we're completed. There's no judgment with arises. No judgment. Maybe there's relief. Maybe you begin to say, I'm sorry I've been neglecting you, dear heart. Soft body, soft heart, strong legs, standing on the earth. And now you look down at that yellow brick road, and what do you see? What kind of walk into the next moment will you do? Your head held high, your shoulders back and heart open. If your shoulders have come up into your ears, just let them go down, drop them down, standing, sitting straight and proud, because you're taking this time of love for yourself, because that love will permeate into the world. Let the heart be clear. Let the love language emerge. You're doing the very best you can at every moment. And you've shown up and given so much. Now give to yourself and remember this heart of yours, tender and true. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into the space. And I'd love to hear from you in the chat if you'd like to share what came up for you. Have you ever meditated like that before? I have lots of meditations recorded. You can subscribe to learn what they are. But anyway, that's all for now, I think. And don't forget to check out the Spicy Soul Mama podcast and S Sundays. Thanks for joining, everybody. Take care.